So I went and saw X-Men Apocalypse tonight, and despite the title of this video, I really did not like that movie. I found myself just bored throughout it. This is not a review of the film. I already did one on my other channel. You can check that out. Sorry, no links. 3 years on YouTube. Still haven't figured out how to do links. But anyway, like I said, I really didn't like this one because pacing was way too fast, which led to underdeveloped stories and characters. And with the characters' storylines that they did get into, it was the ones from that we've already seen before. The characters we've seen in the movies, as opposed to the new ones, who I was more interested in. They didn't get nearly the screen time or storylines that I would have hoped for. Anyway, despite that, there were scenes in the movie I really did like, which is why I didn't end up hating it. I just was bored by it. But the scenes like with Quicksilver racing up to Magneto and not being able to tell him that he's his son. He goes, I'm your son. And he stutters, and for me, it was because it's an awkward situation for him. It's an emotional situation for him, and he just couldn't get it out. I thought that was a nice touch. Instead of, like, I'm your son, and, like a Star Wars scene, rip off, and they went in a different direction. And a few other scenes, like, the fighting, it was okay, But the scene I really did love, which is what I should have been talking about already, was the beginning. And here's why. So in the beginning, we go to Egypt. We get this little monologue from Magneto about how mutants back in the day must have seemed like gods. And we know this is the setup for the villain, Apocalypse. Like back in ancient Egypt, he was treated as a god. And you see him being taken into this city, and everyone's, all worshiping him. And there's these guards, and you watch them, and they look like they're up to something. So he gets taken down into this temple where they start this ritual. Okay. And it's like they're taking blood out of him, putting it in the guy, and of course this is going to play into the rest of the movie later, right? And then you see some of these Egyptian guards up at the top. They're looking at one another, and they're making these little signals. And then just out of nowhere, one of them hits this thing, and this giant block starts going down the ramp to the pyramid that Apocalypse and his little 4 horsemen are inside, right? And it just slams into it and just locks everyone inside. And the guards, who are, the regular Egyptian guards, just come out of nowhere. They're like, death to the false god! And they start attacking the place. And why I love this scene is the fact that, all right, they're taking down Apocalypse here. He's supposed to be this all-powerful god, and it's just these regular guys out of nowhere saying, you know what? Fuck this all-powerful guy. We're going to ruin his fucking day. It just got me going, and they're taking on the 4 horsemen. And like I said, they're regular guys. They're just these guards, soldiers. I mean, maybe they were mutants. That would make more sense, but screw it. I want to think of them as just these regular guys that said, we're going to fuck this guy's shit up. He's a guy. I don't care. I don't like him. So they started attacking the 4 horsemen. Of course, they're getting slaughtered to shit. But they caused such a fight that the whole pyramid starts collapsing in itself, and big chunks hit Apocalypse, and then everyone's dead, including his horsemen, and he can't rejuvenate correctly, so he has to wait 3,000 years later before he pops up to the new century, and it's like I just love that it was just these regular guys out of nowhere who took him down. And the thing is, later on when Apocalypse starts rising, and another problem, he's a scary villain, but he was never interesting. He's like, I'm a god, I can do what I want. So the X-Men take him down, and it's like, it takes them forever. And with these regular guys, out of the blue, it took them like, I don't know, 5, 6, 7 minutes. I mean, there must have been more planning involved for sure, but it's like, the most powerful mutants on the world, it takes them just hours on end to seem to take this guy down, but these Egyptians like, let's fuck his shit up. And of course that set me, and I got me excited for the rest of the movie. It didn't pay off for me. But that's the reason I won't hate this movie, because of scenes like that. You know, it's just, it's just so stupid when you think about it. It's just, it kind of sets the tone for the movie that they just can't live up to. We're gonna ruin his day. Oh, powerful God.